Paul Slackus, Good News Broadcast, speaking to Dr. Jeffrey Miller. Hi, Doctor. How are you?
I'm good, Paul.
Good. You're Associate Professor, Vice Chair, Department of Dermatology at the Milton Hershey Medical Center of the Pennsylvania State University College of Medicine. All righty. And we're going to talk about, we're into resolution time, all right? How are we doing? We're going to hear a dermatologist and some easy ways, American men, to stay on track and look good and feel great. And I think we're going to talk about hair loss, facial skin care, and body care. Okay, all good things here. So what happens? We say we're going to do things and we don't?
Yeah, we're all guilty of trying to keep a promise,
right.
and keep a resolution. But I think one of the neat things here is that Rogaine has come out with this new technology. It's a foam technology that makes us keep our resolutions a little bit easier, and so the new technology makes treating hereditary hair loss a little bit easier.
Okay. Explain to me in that regard, hair loss. Well, first of all, you're a dermatologist. Why do people lose their hair?
Why do people lose their hair?
Is there an answer?
Hereditary hair loss is by far the most common cause of hair loss that we see. And I always say, look to your mom, dad, brother, and sister. If they have hair loss, you may be a candidate. And so a lot of it is genetics. But remember, 50% of the time, there's no family history, and this just happens. It's just genetically programmed that the hair on the top of your head is gradually going to get thinner, finer in diameter, and give you less coverage.
Okay, and is there something you can do? Say you know your folks or one of your folks became bald. Is there something you can do growing up? Should you not comb your hair so hard? Should you not put things in your hair?
Yeah, that's a good question. There's a lot of myths out there that like wearing a hat is going to cause or promote hair loss, or blow drying your hair. But the bottom line is that this is coming from the inside. This is genetically programmed. I don't really care what you're doing on the outside. Those are myths. Those things do not affect hair loss, especially hereditary hair loss. So it's a card that you're dealt with, and then the question for your listeners is, look, if I'm comfortable with it, that's fine. If I'm not comfortable with it, what can I do? Okay, so there, in essence, since you mentioned Rogaine, there are kinds of things that person could use to stop this loss of hair, or to grow more hair? Yeah, well, I think you hit on two key points there. That you can prevent or slow down the progression. You can't cure it, but we can slow the progression down. And then in those people who really get a big bang and do well with this, they can also notice an improvement in the hair quality where it gets thicker. And so that comes to, what's out there where there's evidence to show that there's some credibility behind the claim that I can make hair better. And there's only one topical ingredient that's FDA approved for promoting and increasing, hair, and that's minoxidil, the active ingredient found in Rogaine. Rogaine's also available in a generic, and so that's I get a lot of patients who come with lots of shampoos, lots of vitamins, and my response always is, why are you spending all your money on these products that really don't have a lot of science behind them when you can try something that has a lot of data behind it and may make a difference? Okay. And so you put this on your hair. Is this something when you start to be losing your hair, it's a time to start? In other words, when you start to see your receding hairline, say, in the front of your head, is there, the earlier you start, the better the results. So if you notice that you're thinning towards the back top or the front, and you're starting to see your scalp more easily and you don't like it, the earlier you start, the better the results. And this new foam technology that Rogaine has developed it's not messy. You rub this foam into the scalp, it dries quickly, you can put any hair product on top of that afterwards, and so you can easily incorporate it into your daily regimen. It goes back to your keeping your New Year's resolution. They're trying to make it easier for the people who want to deal with their hair loss. So use it twice a day, every day, and you can see results as early as 3 to 4 months. I tell my patients to use it for 6 months before I say it's a yay or a nay.
You would say it's a yay or a nay based upon not everybody it works for?
Yeah, and that's the reality. It doesn't work in everyone, but when it does work, that person is very happy. And our two endpoints are we want to maintain what we have, and we want to improve upon what we have. So some people are very happy with maintenance, and if you really want to maintain what you have, and you have hereditary hair loss, and you have a lot to work with right now, get started on this. If you and hopefully you are in that percentage that also gets an improvement where you actually get some thickening. And what I do is I take photographs so that I have an objective parameter by which to judge.
Well, I would imagine, actually I am balding myself, and finally the front attached to the back, and it's no doubt about it. It's I would prefer not being bald, and it's challenging. Just going to the barber, I don't know what to tell him.
Well, yeah, and that's if you have something to work with, and you do have finer hairs up there, what the minoxidil does, the active ingredient Rogaine, it takes those fine hairs, and number one, it's going to maintain them there, but number two, it can actually make them thicker, where you notice, better coverage. It doesn't cure hereditary hair loss, but it definitely slows the progression down.
Okay. Now let's talk about another part of the body, which is also the head, but the skin care. Wrinkles and aging. Are there things that for men now that men can do?
First of all, men do not like to use a lot of products on their skin. That's what I've learned over the years.
Right.
However, just like Rogaine with the new foam technology can make it simple, I like to make skin care simple. If you can do one thing to keep your skin youthful on your face, prevent those fine lines, prevent those dark marks from forming, use a daily moisturizer that has a sunscreen built into it. And a lot of these new daily moisturizers that are formulated for the face, that have these nice new sunscreens built into them, they go on dry. They don't go on messy. And so it's a simple step. It takes 10-15 seconds to do, and it's just like an ounce of prevention goes a long way. So because the number one ager of the skin is the sun. And if you can just get in the habit of putting that moisturizer with the sunscreen built into it, you're going to do it's going to make a difference for your skin.
Okay, how about stuff like dry spots on your body?
Oh, yeah, the winter itch. That's what we see a lot of in our dermatology office right now, dry, red, round, itchy areas. And again, there's some new technology making it easier for us guys who hate to put products on our skin. A lot of new body washes out there that have moisturizers incorporated into the body washes, and what the technology is, they take Vaseline particles and they make Vaseline really, really tiny, so you can't even see it with your naked eye. So as it cleans, it also deposits this moisturizer on your skin, and it leaves the skin feeling moisturized and soft, and you don't have to do anything when you get out of the shower. So look for one of those new body washes, and they're like Adidas makes one, Nivea makes one, Dove, Oil of Olay, and they're nice. So it's worth trying for that winter itch.
Okay, it all sounds good. I know I grew up, my mother used Pond's cold cream initially when I started.
Yeah, that's a good product.
And so my entire life I've always put some skin protection on in myself, some kind of a cold cream and my skin, knock wood, is really nice. I'm 60 now, and my skin has stayed nice, and I just think it's kept some of the elements that are around us, some of the pollution, from attaching itself to the skin.
That's a good point. I don't have a lot of research to say that, but but if you keep your skin is your barrier to the outside world, and if you keep it moist and protected, that's it's gonna be helpful. So try these new these new little tidbits. The Rogaine foam is interesting for helping reverse hereditary hair loss, which is the most common cause of hair loss. A daily moisturizer with a sunscreen built into it every morning will help keep the skin on the face from aging quickly, and these new body washes will help keep the skin moist. For any hair loss questions, because they can be confusing, go to Rogaine.com. I direct a lot of my patients there because it has a lot of informational stuff about hair loss, as well as it can also coach you if you are going to use a product like Rogaine. Okay,
great. Thanks, Dr. Miller.
Paul, thanks for having me.
All right, thank you. Bye-bye.